What should you get this holiday season? A netbook or a tablet? Depending on which one would be right for you, or maybe the one that you would be giving it to, all depends on how you're going to use it. If First of all, if you want a physical keyboard, then definitely you might want to look into a netbook. But here's something to think about software wise. Let's say you need to run a piece of software that only runs within a Windows environment and doesn't run on Android or iOS or any of those other platforms. Then you're kind of stuck between two devices. A netbook running Windows, obviously, and a Windows tablet. Now, personally, I think getting the netbook would probably be better than getting the Windows tablet because for now, like, Windows does have some touch optimizations, but it's not the greatest, and chances are the software you would be require to be running might not be optimized for touch either. And so getting a netbook in that scenario would probably be a good idea. Now, let's say you need an application that only runs on Android. The same rule kind of follows. You should get an Android device. More specifically, a tablet. Now, there's a broad range of tablets in many different prices running Android. So, when looking for an Android tablet, you definitely have to look around as many Android devices. And as well, the same follows for iOS. If your application that you need to run only runs on iOS, specifically maybe an iPad, then definitely look into an iPad. It's a lot easier to buy an iPad than it is an Android device, considering there's only one iPad. And now, if whatever app you need to run runs on is a web app, meaning it's not tied in with a specific platform, then all you really need is a device that can connect to an internet, whether it be a netbook or a tablet, Android, BlackBerry, iOS. It doesn't really matter as long as it can connect to the internet, and it is capable of running that. Then you can definitely look into any of those devices, and you're really free to get basically whatever you would like. Now, obviously, when you're thinking about that, all those devices have their limitations and the upsides to them. You have to maybe take that into consideration as well when looking for these devices and which one you would want to get. Now, if you're looking for a device that you just want to play games on, fool around on, then I would say look into a tablet. Now, I would say more specifically an iPad, because I personally believe that the iPad is better for gaming. And the reason for that is the iPad has a broader range of games than the Android marketplace does for tablets. And that's basically a big focal point there, and that will probably change in the future. Android tablets running Android will probably get more games, optimized to run on that bigger screen. But for now, right now, when this video will be posted, there really isn't a lot for games on an Android tablet. So definitely, if you want to play games more so on your tablet, then yeah, definitely look into an iPad. Now, if you're using it more for business purposes, I would say either get a netbook or a tablet. Actually, in this case, maybe even an ultrabook. We'll get into those in another video or article. And those devices are more so for business. I would say, an Android device or a netbook would be great for that scenario. Now, moving back to more so games and whatnot, if you want to play games, send emails and whatnot, then definitely a tablet. If game-wise, if you need that, iPad, send emails. Most mobile devices today have the capability to send an email, so there's not much really to worry about there. And another thing to think about is you want a long battery life on your device, but it's thin and light. Generally, tablets have a longer battery life, during the usage than a netbook. And another thing is tablets as well generally way less than a netbook. The average weight above a netbook right now is about 3 pounds, while you can get a tablet that weighs 1 point whatever pounds. So it might not seem like a big huge difference, but it is when you're carrying that thing around and playing games and stuff on it. So if you want a lightweight tablet that can play games, lightweight device, gotta start that over again. A lightweight device, bit of a tongue twister there, I guess. That has a long battery life and has the capability to play games, send emails, and whatnot, and obviously browse the web. We'll get more into that here in a minute. Then look into a tablet. Now, if you're looking for a device just to browse the internet, it really doesn't matter. You can get on a netbook or a tablet. Both devices can obviously connect to the internet and browse the internet. For Flash and whatnot, the computer, like the netbook, would probably be better for that stuff. Android does support Flash, but it can be laggy at times. If you get a really low-end netbook, it's gonna be laggy as well. And the tablet is usually, slightly more portable than a netbook. It weighs less and it is smaller. Now, obviously, don't get me wrong, the netbook is portable, but the tablet is more portable than a netbook. A tablet is more portable than a netbook, and that might be something to think about. Obviously, if you're not going far, it doesn't really matter in that aspect. If you need a cheap device, maybe look into a cheap netbook or whatnot. If you want to play games, like I said, get an iPad or something like that. Either way, definitely look into those aspects. I've written an article on our blog, World of Tech, here. The link to this post here will be in the description, as well as links to our Facebook page, Twitter page, and Google Plus page. If you like this video, obviously, click the like button, subscribe, check out our site, and share us on your Facebook page or any other social network you might use. It definitely helps us out to get more viewers on our website. Anyways, that is about it, and we'll see you in the next video.